This is the Dogecoin 1 month overview reading for the month of December 2023. It's currently October 16, 2023, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Dogecoin at the time of this reading is currently 0.06006. That's in USD. And the shuffle file for the December Dogecoin reading was created on October 8th, 2023 at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So the overall theme and behavior for Dogecoin, even in the face of seemingly overwhelming headwinds or seemingly seriously negative technical chart patterns, something convincing us that we're going lower. Even in the face of that, we go higher. It is, however, crossed with a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline. The chariot card has innate within it a decline that follows a sideways fluctuating rally. And the chariot card is also one of those cards that can be stretched over a long period of time. Behavior around the highest high, we revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity near the high, and there's a sharp, in that period of sideways rotation around that support level, there's a sharp drop that'll stand out on a multi-day scale. And the behavior around the lowest low, we have a notable decline into the low, probably the biggest decline of the month. It'll stand out on a 1 month chart, and it'll take us into the low. The high and the low are also within close time proximity to each other. That's important to point out. We also have a cross-trading congruency where the high card here, which also has a correlation to a highest high here for the year of 2023, it appears here as the theme card. We also have the Ace of Swords card appearing here, which is a prominent card in the 2023 reading as well. All right, and so before I get into the dates that I see the highs and the lows, as well as the day-by-day chart behavior and the best trades, I just want to make sure that everybody's aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. I found myself on Wall Street when I had my full-blown awakening. My third eye opened up, and I found myself on Wall Street. I asked myself, why am I here? I must be here to do something, change something on Wall Street, right? So what we're doing here is we're transmuting competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. Imagine if everybody on Wall Street took their profits and transmuted it into goodwill. We can do some of that. So we do that by following the rule of karma for the channel, and you do that on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing information on this channel, you should donate 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities. All you got to do is click here and donate. There's one for everybody, guys. And then 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. That really helps support the channel, keep us motivated, and really, it's like a way of saying thank you. It's the right thing to do. We're giving this information away freely. And so that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. You followed the rule of karma, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold. Neglect to follow the rule of karma when you profit from a trade utilizing this information, and the universe is going to shut off the flow of abundance through this channel really, really fast, my friends. I've even banned people from our website because they just wouldn't follow it. It's only 5% and 5%. My God. All right, my friends. So let's get into it. As far as the sequence of events on like the 1 year, right? So we've got the 2 of discs for early December. We've got the 3 of wands for late December. And you can see this is a correlation here. The 4 of discs correlates to the 2 of discs. It's in early December. And then we've got the 3 of wands appearing right here in late December. So we're really on track as far as week by week chart behavior. At least when we get to December, we're back on track. We may be off track a little, plus or minus a year here and there, but that's where we are in the sequence of events. On the first, we have a near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels on a 1 day chart. Behavior on the second, there's a prominent trough, possibly even a lowest low there, but there's a prominent trough that'll stand out on a multi-day scale, and a lot of price change covered, like a jagged erratic behavior, but a lot of price change covered on the second. Yeah, it looks like first to the upside, and then we have a notable move lower there into a trough. On the third, we have another trough, probably later in the day. And there's a period where we attempt to establish support along key support level on a multi-day scale with sideways rotation. That sideways rotation takes us into a higher trough on the morning of the 4th. And then there's a prominent move higher standing out on the multi-day scale, followed by more sideways rotation at a higher price level leading into the 5th, where we have more rally, at least either at the end of the day on the 4th or early in the day on the 5th, before a notable decline into very likely a lowest low around the cusp of the 5th, 6th. Remember, the high and the low are within close proximity to each other. There's also the trade opportunity. So yeah, what I would want to do is at a trough at the end of the day on the 3rd or early in the day on the 4th, I'd want to open up a long position, hold that long position through the 4th into the 5th, and close that on the 5th when we have on a 1 day chart on the 5th, a rally along a diagonal trend line that ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line. That's when I would close out of that long. You can also open up a short at the same time there on the 5th before that significant trough or lowest low that comes into play in the midst of volatility on the 6th. They're around the cusp of the 5th, 6th. The 6th is volatility with a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility, and I'm advised early in the day on the 6th not to chase the decline. On the 7th, we have a trough early in the morning and a lot of price change covered. There's a prominent peak and a prominent crest on the 7th. So it could be that a prominent peak and a prominent trough on the 7th. And sometimes when they're stacked on top of each other, one actually takes place on like a day earlier or a day later. So it could be that the trough is here, and then we see the peak here at the end of the day on the 7th, where we most likely have a highest high. Or it could be that we have a trough here early in the day on the 7th and a peak there. It could be both. But there's a lot of price change there. You should be able to play both sides of the market leg at a time there. Okay, and so then it looks like there's probably sideways rotation around the 7th into the 8th, sideways rotation around the high. And then there's a sharp drop down to and through support off of a crest, or off of the high. There's a sharp drop down to and through support to break through a second support and do a U-shaped reversal below that second support, coming back and reusing it as support. That takes place around the 8th, 9th. And then on the 9th, we have an unexpected move higher, taking us to a peak or crest on the 10th. On the 10th, after the peak or crest early in the day on the 10th, or on the cusp of the 9th, 10th, we have a notable retracement all the way back down to a prominent trough at the end of the day on the 10th. On the 11th, a notable move higher standing out on a multi-day scale. and we successfully established new support out of old resistance. And I'm going to continue onward, guys, to talk about where I see more highs and lows for the month on the paid version. Guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, we give you plenty of free information here, so you should be able to make some money, and then come back around next month and get the full prediction, and that helps support the channel the way that you get the paid version. We know the names of everybody that has the 1 month subscription, guys, because they're the people supporting the channel. They're the core foundation. You go to our services, SO Meta posts under our website, terrafortraders.com. Scroll to monthly subscription, click here to order, click on the Dogecoin, and it really helps out the channel, my friends. As far as how we did on how we did on October's, this is looking pretty solid thus far, guys. All right, so we had lowest lows somewhere around the 12th to the 14th, and boom, look at that. Right there on the 12th, again on the 13th. We also had a trough on the 9th, but not a low, so we had lowest low somewhere around the 12th and through the 4th, right? And also a prominent peak on the 7th. And you can see right here on the 7th, that was a prominent peak. What's interesting is that this didn't turn up as a highest high here. The second didn't turn out as a highest high. There was a big move higher, as indicated, but it didn't turn out to be a highest high, and it wasn't indicated to be a highest high. We see very likely a highest high here around the 27th, or around the 21st, excuse me, and it looks like we may be leading into that. So this is looking really accurate, guys. If you're wondering, the October reading was created August 1st, 2023. My friends, you would have been aware of this information if you had the paid version as early as the end of August. So thank you to everybody who goes out and purchases the subscription to the 1 month for Dogecoin, guys. You guys really are the reason why we're able to continue putting out this content. And for everybody else, if you can't do that, it's no big deal. You'll be able to make money from what we left here. Don't forget to follow that rule of karma so the universe doesn't shut you off the flow of abundance of this channel. And with that said, I'll see you guys on the next one.